Hare Krishna. So, we welcome all the devotees back for continuation of study of the Bhagavad Gita from the Bhakti Shastri course. Now, we are halfway through. So, today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 10, the opulence of the Absolute, Vibhuti Yoga. Before that, there's a beautiful verse about with the introduction. Prabhupada gives Gita Mahatmya verses. So one of the verses which says the glories of Gita. Gita Sugita Kartavya Himmanne Shastra Vistare Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmad Vinishritaha. Gita Sugita Kartavya. Because we know that Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Lord. One need to read it. Gita Sugita Kartavya. It's one need to attentively read, hear, give that endeavor in understanding this literature. Why? Because this is the sense of the scriptures. Kim Anya Shastra Vistare. This one book is suffice. Because it is carrying the essence of all the Vedic literatures. Why? And moreover, this is Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmad Vinishrita. Because it is spoken by the Lord Himself. Many times the Lord's message is spoken by His messengers. That itself carries great weight because it is not different from the Lord. And what to speak of the Lord Himself, it is coming from His lotus mouth. So this is the glory. And so how much more attention has to be given to that, what do you call, words of that personality, song of that personality, which is the message for His loving call for all of us unto His lotus feet. So that is the verse it says. So firstly, again, I take this opportunity before I begin this chapter and to all my teachers, especially His Grace Krishna Prabhu, His Grace Chaitanya Prabhu, His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu, and one's own spiritual master, and to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, because of whom we are trying to understand, because of His mercy. Otherwise, understanding Gita, it's very difficult. Not only understanding, Prabhupada has given us how to live Gita in our lives. And to the previous acharyas who has helped us to dive deeply into this message about Krishna's from different angles, from their realizations they have given to all of us, and to their lordships themselves, because this is one of the books which we are reading directly given by the Lord Himself. So, from the begging bowl of my heart, begging for some words that I speak in Parampara, and try to serve all of you for the purification of my own heart and service unto all of you and the glorifications of the lordships. So, after we are in the Bhakti Yoga section from chapters number 6 through 12. So, today we begin the 10th chapter, as I said. So, as per my knowledge, I think I have shared full. Shantanu Prabhu, hopes you have shared this split, right?
Yes, Guruji.
Okay, I'm just sharing the screen. Yeah. Yeah. There's the same thing I shared with all of you. So, this is chapter 10, the opulence of the Absolute, or this is the Vibhuti Yoga. So, the chapter overview goes like this. Verses number 1 to 7. Krishna is the source of everything. This is first. 8 through 11 will be the famous essence of Bhagavad Gita. Again, Chatushloki Gita will be discussed. 12 to 18, Krishna's acceptance of, Arjuna's acceptance and request. That is Arjuna's acceptance of all that what Krishna is saying, and he requests for the special vibhutis that he want to take. Then 19 to 42, know Krishna through his vibhutis. Now coming to this, we might have seen that Krishna is the source of everything, source of material and spiritual worlds, and these themes get repeated. It appears to be that the title gets repeated. Yeah, titles may get repeated, but if you see, the depth is not the same. Krishna does not repeat the verses same. It is, you find in 7th chapter he gives how he is the source of everything. Again, he goes deeper in the 9th chapter. Again, he goes deeper here. That's how it goes. Otherwise, what's the meaning? So that's how. How is the source of everything? He keeps on adding certain depth to, because if he adds everything in one stroke, it will be very difficult. So as the conversation is moving along, and the things get deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. We all know that in our studies also. Same thing, what we study in our material, this thing, childhood basics, the basics continue to flow, but later the subject matters goes deeper, 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 deeper. Same mathematics, what you learn as plus, minus, multiplication, all that gets deeper into resolving bigger questions, gets deeper in your 8th, 10th class, gets deeper into your engineering studies or further higher studies till PhD level. All of us know that. So that's how Krishna also goes in his conversation with Arjuna. So before we begin this chapter, so this chapter, at the end of 9th chapter, we saw that Krishna described pure devotional service. He ends with how he reciprocates with his devotees. He concluded that how he, in the most confidential instruction that he gave when it was coming, Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto, Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru, engage your mind in thinking of me, become my devotee, worship me, pay obeisance to me, like that. So now Krishna continues, and that's why there is no interruption actually. Krishna continues to reveal that same Rajavidya Rajaguyam thing further, with more about the opulences of the Lord in this chapter. You will find in this chapter, maximum coverage is about the Vibhuti part. That Vibhutis, which he spoke in the 7th chapter, Rasom Opsukonteya, the opulences which I said in when I was covering that section, that it is just giving, he's just giving it a hint, that which he will tell in detail in the in the 10th chapter he's going to come. So he will further go deeper, 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 and that's how the whole verses will open up from practically verses number 19 to 45. There Krishna will tell. So maximum coverage is that. So that's how the chapter gets named. So the opulences will be described. So let's begin with the verse. Are you all able to see, Prabhus?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 10th chapter, the opulence of the Absolute. That's number 1. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Bhuya eva mahabhavo Shrunu me paramam vachaha Yatteham priyamanaya Vakshami hitakamyaya. Yes, Shantanu Prabhu.
Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Listen again, O mighty armed Arjun. Because you are my dear friend, for your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained."
Yeah, explain. Fine. Yes, I do. See again. So this is a continuation. Krishna is, but one interesting thing says, Bhuya. Oh Arjuna, please hear. Bhavo is referring to Arjuna. Arjuna, please hear again. Bhuya, again. He's already listening. He's already paying. But he's saying, pay more attention here. Shunume. Paramam vacha, that astonishing words, or that thing which I am going to speak now further, now which I am going to speak further, please hear them. Why? Priyamanaya, because you are very dear to me. Vakshami Hitakarya, and I am speaking this, Vakshami, I am speaking this for Hitakarya, for your benefit. That's what the Lord is referring to. Now, because why here the Lord is going to speak about the powers, the words here used, because again I'm going to repeat this subject matter. You please pay attention to it. Why? Because by knowing the powers of the Lord, by knowing the opulences of the Lord, one understands that the Lord is worthy of worship. That's why it's very important to know the importance, to know the value of a person, in order to have that devotion, in order to have that thing. So what to speak of the Lord? You see, all of us know that Modi is a person, is the prime minister of your nation. The more we know about his activities, his this thing, the more respect one gets for him. Otherwise, if you don't know about him, so that's why. And what to speak of the Lord? How much more glories he carries, which is unlimited. So, why the subject matter is like Vibhuti? Why we have to know? Oh, here his glory is more and more. You see, by knowing the powers of the Lord, one understands that the Lord is worthy of worship. So these powers or these opulences, this Aishwarya Gnan has been already given from the 7th chapter. In 7th chapter, you find that verses number 7 to 8 through 12. Various verses in Rasomam Sakonteya, Prabhasmi Shashisuro, how I am here in this, I am this, I am this. Like that, he keeps on saying that. He keeps on explaining. Again, same thing, little deeper, he speaks about in 9th chapter, verses number 4 to 10, where he speaks about Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat murtina, how I am pervaded in this, how I am there in this universe, how everything is, I am the support, everything. Till 10th verse, where he says, Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate saracharasam. Like that, he's giving his, what do you call, how he's having this opulence of how is everything connected to him. So when we know the powers of a person, then there is there's a devotion that develops. So that's why Krishna is saying to Arjuna, "Oh Mahabhava, oh mighty armed Arjuna, you display your powers with your arms. That's how you conquer others. So you are very great." But now he's saying that you display the supreme power of your intelligence, Arjuna, by understanding this topic, which I am about to speak to you. That means what this implies, that Arjuna should pay his attention on what Krishna is going to speak. These words are superior to what I have spoken previously. These words carry more weight, like that he's saying. So when one may get questioned, what that means, like previous was most confidential knowledge in 9th chapter, and which so is this more confidential, more this thing? No. From the Kevala Bhakti point of view, he has already given even Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto. These are not some less words. No, when he's speaking, that is which is already spoken, as the verse says, as Prabhupada also writes, that here it is, you'll see in the purport also, Prabhupada is saying, that is better than which I already explained. What is that better is referring to his Aishwarya Jnana. Means that opulences which I spoke to you previously in the 7th chapter, in the 9th chapter, I am going to speak more about them. That subject matter I am going to reveal you more in this chapter. So hear carefully. By that, the devotion of person develops or increases. That's what it is. So that's how Krishna is saying that. Okay, please continue to read.
Purport. The word Bhagwan is explained thus by Parashar Muni. One who is full in 6 opulences, one who has full strength, full fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation is Bhagwan, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. While Krishna was present on this earth, he displayed all 6 opulences. Therefore, great sages like Parashar Muni have all accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, Krishna is instructing Arjun in more confidential knowledge of his opulences and his work.
Yeah, here is more confidential knowledge of his opulences. This has to be very carefully done. The most confidential is already done. He's telling more confidential knowledge about his opulences. That is referring that he is going to speak Vibhuti Yoga. That has to be very clear. Yes. Okay.
Previously, beginning with the 7th chapter, the Lord has explained his different energies and how they are acting.
Which are the verses which explains that? Anyone? In the 7th chapter, did he explain anything about his connection with his energies? What? Somebody, you see, when you are saying, raise your hands, or speak it to that, because I don't know who's speaking from the crowd. Anyone who wants to say? Yeah, Chandra Bhushan Tiwari Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhuji, in seventh chapter, Krishna explains about the inferior energy and superior energy.
Very good. That he explains about that. And also he explains about how through his energies he is present. Good. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Previously, beginning with the 7th chapter, the Lord has already explained his different energies and how they are acting. Now, in this chapter, he explains his specific opulences to Arjun.
Yeah, that he's going to come. Yeah.
In the previous chapter, he has clearly explained his different energies to establish devotion in firm conviction. Again, in this chapter, he tells Arjun about his manifestations and various opulences.
So that's what he's going to tell. So that has to be previous chapter also. 4, I said already. 9.4 to 10, he speaks about that. How he's functioning through his energies in this world. Maya Dakshina Prakriti. Maya is his what do you call it? Is a external energy through which he is manifesting everything. So now in this verse, he is going to say about detail in this chapter. Yes, Prabhu.
The more one hears about the Supreme God, the more one becomes fixed in devotional service. One should always hear about the Lord in the association of devotees. That will enhance one's devotional service. Discourses in the society of devotees can take place only among those who are really anxious to be in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah. So, more we hear about the Lord, and the more one becomes fixed in devotional service. True. Because all that things, Prabhupada says in one of the purports also, the repetition of a thing is most important for one to make one's understanding better. It isn't that I'm just paraphrasing the lines. It is, you might have read in the first 6 chapters, somewhere around 3rd or 4th chapter. It comes in one of the purports. The repetition of a thing is better in order to make one's understanding better or complete. It goes more closer. That's why. And that's why, because just by hearing once, we cannot understand Krishna. Even after so many years of studies, people have not understand Krishna, what to speak of our end. This is not like a material study where sometimes we feel that, okay, for the exam, do one day, usually the college, like they call one day batting. Do one day, text, get the marks, done with your degree. Ultimately, what you have studied and the purpose is completely different anyway, because purpose is to earn money, and how much you have studied, whether it is connected. Oh, but that doesn't happen with spiritual life. What you are hearing, what you are learning, whether you bring it into your practice also matters a lot. In today's what as one has as an what one has studied theory and what actually one applies in his life is far apart. I remember in engineering what all I studied, and when I went to my company, it is hardly far apart. Hardly applied anything of what I studied. Of course, some help is there, no doubt about it. But in spiritual life, it is most connected. Yes. And one should always hear about the Lord in the association of devotees. Yeah, we cannot, and best is to hear from the advanced devotees. That because that grows our understanding of the subject matter. Even with the equals, with juniors, one should be whatever understanding one should be ready to share. So the purpose of coming together, whether as a setup, as a temple, Prabhupada gave us temples. What do you call? The most important thing in the temple Prabhupada wanted is the association of devotees, and in that association, what we want to do, we want to hear about the glories of the Lord, and then after hearing, serve with that enthusiasm in the service of the Lord. So that's why. Otherwise, it should not be. It should not be. Yeah, we have satsang at home, and more focus is upon what. अरे आज का मेनू क्या है वहां से सत्संग में? What is the menu? And we are always the more than what is the subject matter that is going to discuss. The eagerness should not be okay. What is the menu? At ye menu hai, so let me. So association should carry all. First, the main purpose of association coming together should be more about to hear about Krishna. That's why such programs are kept. That's why this our whole setup of voices to come together to hear Krishna Katha, make our understanding better, and advance ourselves in Krishna consciousness. And along with that, all other factors are also, all other facilities for devotional service are also there. But the most important is this coming together. Otherwise, it should not be like some other, what do you call, other people from other faiths. They come on certain days and just have a program, eat nice and go ahead with the things. Our should not be eating program or honoring program. Prasad only. Along with that, there should be understanding of the philosophy, and then you will honor Prasad also with great enthusiasm. And when the energy of Krishna goes through ears and energy goes through this, and then body is also fit, and there is right consciousness because you have heard, and then you will give out with your body, mind, and intelligence, words, everything to the world with what do you call complete of what is being given to us. So that's why. So the discourses in the society among devotees real engaged to be in Krishna consciousness. Yeah. So the discourses should carry Krishna Katha. That is the main purpose of coming together. Of course, management meetings apart, that is as a service, but we cannot keep on having all times management meetings only. Meetings should be Krishna Katha, and wherever it is required, that has to be done needfully. That is also important. Management and preaching goes together. But yes, focus is upon the services, upon the preaching aspect. So, upon the hearing aspect, Krishna Katha should be there. That's why many times we find even devotees having even management. They just read some Prabhupada's quote, hear something about to begin with, so that there is a proper mood being put into it. I remember in all our voice meetings, as Santati Prabhu makes or Radheshna Prabhu whenever he comes, in starting they give at least something spiritual. Yeah. So now, when this is there, now Krishna is telling here, next verse which is going to come, what he's going to tell is how this knowledge which I'm going to give is not so easy. Even the devatas and the rishis, they cannot also understand what I'm going to give. Because I myself is a source of them. You say, Name vidu suragana prabhavam nama harshayah aham adirhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashah. Yeah, Chandrabhushan Tiwari.
Yes, neither the host of demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulences. For in every respect, I am the source of the demigods and the sages.
Yeah, I am the source of the demigods and the sages. See, Name Vidu Suragana, the Suraganas, the demigods, they do not understand my Prabham, my power, my opulence, my birth, because his birth is also mysterious. Maharshaya, okay, now okay, well, one may say that Devatas may not know, because many times we find the Devatas are also absorbed in the material pleasure, but the sages may know it. Sages may know it. He says, Na Maharshaya. No. Even the Maharshis, they may be knowledgeable, but they also do not know, because we find that the devatas are higher in power in terms of higher in terms of their power, but rishis are higher in terms of their knowledge and renunciation. But still, they cannot understand the Lord. They cannot understand the Lord. Aham adirhi devana maharshinam cha sarvasha. What he's saying is, why they cannot understand you? Because I am the source of both. That is the reason. So you see, when he's saying that they cannot understand me, that does not mean that they cannot understand anything, but they cannot understand incomplete. It is a meaning. Who can understand in Krishna incomplete? Krishna explains the reasons like they do not know because I am the cause of all of them. In all the ways, they do not know my birth. Just like a son cannot understand about the birth of one's parents, mother, father, the source. He cannot understand completely. There's a material example. You can relate it because source. What can the what do you call? How can the effect completely understand its cause? That is the thing. Now, what does it mean? So he cannot understand completely. Yes, because he can be understood only by his mercy. That is the meaning here. That's why Arjuna, I'm speaking to you. Why? Because I can be understood only by my mercy. See, by ourselves, we don't have the capacity to understand Krishna. If Krishna's mercy is there, then we can understand. That's why in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 14th chapter, verse number 29, you will find this famous verse. अथापिते देवपदाम्बुजं द्वया प्रसादलेशा लेशानुगृहीत एव हि जानाति तत्त्वं भगवन् महिम्नो न चन्ये कोऽपि चिरन् विचिन्वन्. He says that prasadaleshanugrihita eva hi. O Lord, if one is favored by lesha, by even a slight trace of mercy of your lotus feet, tathapite padambujam dvaya, then he can understand the glory. Janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno. If one has been favored by even a slight trace of your lotus feet mercy, that is prasadaleshanu grihita eva hi, then what happens? Janati tattvam. Then one can understand Bhagavan mahimno, your glories, O Lord, your opulences, O Lord. That too not completely, because Lord is unlimited. Where is? But whatever is able to understand, that too also by your mercy. Nachanne kopi chiran vichinvan. Not that one is trying to speculate for a long time. Chiram vichinvan. For even after studying the Vedas, he cannot understand. But the Lord's mercy is there. And if you want to reveal, even after our practice of bhakti, even pure devotees, who can understand the Lord completely? Whatever the Lord, how much ever He reveals, that much we can understand. That is the meaning. So, in that sense, even the devatas cannot understand, even the rishis cannot understand in complete, because I am their source. I am much more, even before they were born, I was existing. And after their lifespan is over, even after annihilation, I continue to exist. How will they understand about me? So that is the meaning. So that is that's how the Lord says. Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
As stated in the Brahma Samhita, Lord Krishna is the source, Supreme Lord. No one is greater than him. He is the cause of all causes. Here it is also stated by the Lord personally that he is the cause of all the demigods and sages. Even the demigods and great sages cannot understand Krishna. They can understand neither his name nor his personality. So, what is the position of the so called scholars of the tiny planet? No one can understand why the Supreme God comes to earth as an ordinary human being and executes such wonderful, uncommon activities.
But how can one understand? That is also given. Prabhupada writes it. That is a understanding of this verse. How can one understand then? The Lord mean to say is, I am the cause. They cannot understand. But Prabhupada writes in the purport. The meaning is, how can they understand? How can one understand? Please read it.
Only the devotees who are fully surrendered unto the Supreme Lord can understand, by the grace of the Supreme Personality, that He is Krishna.
Yeah, Yeah,
The
say
devotees of
one
the
who's fully surrendered unto the Supreme Lord can understand by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ye yathamam prapancante. How much I can understand to the degree you surrender. To the degree you surrender. Ye yathamam prapandante ham tate svata bhajamyaham. To the degree you surrender, to that much Krishna will reveal. All of us are sticking because there is some amount of faith that we have, some amount of surely surrender. But surrender is not a toggle switch. I surrender, I am not surrender. No, it's a process in which we are endeavoring to surrender more and more to Krishna. But when there is complete surrender, we realize Krishna is complete. Complete in the sense, in his essence. Who can understand Krishna fully? Because every moment he is increasing, his glories are increasing every moment. By the time we speak his glories, the next moment already his glories have grown. So who can understand? Okay.
The devotees of the Lord do not bother about the impersonal Brahman conception of God. Their faith and devotion bring them to surrender immediately unto the Supreme Lord. And out of the causeless mercy of Krishna, they can understand Krishna.
Yeah. Even now, currently, what we are understanding Krishna is only by his mercy only. That one has to understand. A Baddha Jiva, by his capacity, what he understands. It is Krishna's mercy only that somehow or other there was some good fortune and we got Agyata Sukruti with so many ways in our previous lives or this lives. That is arrangement of the Lord for all of us. And so much Agyata Sukruti that we developed that kind of faith that we came in the association of devotees. Who are devotees? Our devotees are Lord's representatives. And it is, if you see the arrangement, it's only the Lord. It's only the Lord through these personalities, through different means is getting us closer to him, if we see in that case. Otherwise, at an individual, at one's own personal capacity, who will realize Krishna? Do we find any Baddha Deva suddenly understand, I know Krishna? Nobody can. Nobody can. How can? In his Baddhata, he's just busy with his sense gratification program in this world. Even for his sense gratification, Lord has to provide. What to speak of understanding Krishna? So that's why the Lord is saying, Lord is giving to that, okay, because devatas are considered the administrators, rishis. He's saying, oh, they cannot also understand. See, no one else can understand him. So even great sages agree. What is Atma? What is Supreme? It is He whom we have to worship. Okay. Next. So after speaking to him, okay. Now some person, however, does have this knowledge about me. The next verse is coming over. So something people might be knowing about, something. Yeah, those who understand and about me is having this much knowledge about me. At least this is an interesting verse. So with that intention, Krishna speaks because uh, some have knowledge about me, something, whatever is there. With that intention, Krishna is speaking this verse. He's saying that. So what is that they have? Oh, yo mamajam manadim cha vetti loka maheshwaram asammudha samarteshu sarva pape pramuchyate. This is what one understands. Okay. Yeah, Shrikar Prabhu.
Yes, please. Translation. He who knows me as the unborn, as the beginningless, as the supreme Lord of all worlds, he only, undiluted among men, is freed from all sins.
Yeah, that means freed from all sins, he understands. Now here it's quite interesting. So one who know, they know me. I am Ajam. Ajam means unborn. I am Anadim, without any beginning. I am also, they know, what is that? They know me as Lokam Heshwaram. I am the supreme controller, supreme owner, supreme bhokta of everything. One who knows this, Asamudha, is not bewildered. Samarteshu, Sarvabhava. Then what happens? Then he is free from all the sins. So now all of you also know, how many of you know Krishna is Ajam? All of us. Krishna is Anadim, Lokamaheshwaram, all of us. Finished. So you are become Asamoda. You're not bewildered, right? And now sarva papa pramuchyate. You're free of all sins. Is it not? That's what it is. Ajam, anadim, vetti location. Remember this word. What does it mean is vetti. Vetti is like, what does Prabhupada write as? Knows. Now, knows means somebody of us may simplistic thing because as I said in the beginning, knows means I know Prabhu. I know this verse. I know the word-to-word meaning of this verse. I know the translation of this verse. My papas are gone. See, Vetti. That's why in spiritual, that's I said, in today's world, in Kali Yuga, what you know and what you live is far apart. When somebody says, I know, that means he knows. What he knows, he starts living by it. And somebody may be knowing, but if he doesn't live by it, what is the use? So that's why it's very important to know. But after knowing, to live by it. And that's why many scholars are there. If you see even our own Gaudiya philosophy, there are many scholars from the foreign land who know much more than us. Much more. They have done PhD in our in Acharya's books and many things. But they know, but they do not know. In one sense, very clear. Why? They know, but if they know, are they living with that understanding? Are they then, because if they are living with the understanding, they are not bewildered. Asammuda. Why will they get bewildered? Because they know what is the thing. And then they will live such a life which will not be full of sins, which will be free of sins. That is the meaning. So here when Krishna is saying, Ajam, I am unborn. But somebody may say, the living entities, he's also, what do you call, Ajam. He's also unborn. Where is he born? He is eternally existing as a part and parcel. So another word is Anadim. He doesn't have any beginning. But somebody may say that, what do you call, even the liberated souls who are there in the spiritual world, they don't have it. They are also there only eternally from there. Somebody comes down into the material world, okay, he has a beginning because he gets into this material world. But somebody is continuing there. Somebody falls to this. That is different, but they are also there. Okay. So first two conditions may apply to the living entities also in the different this thing. Oh, but third one, that does not. But Lokamaheshwaram. But is there any other Lokamaheshwaram? Nobody is Lokamaheshwaram. Only he is Lokamaheshwaram. So he is Ajam. So if you say living entities are Ajam, he is Anadim, he is without beginning. Oh, if you say there are many other livings who are, but is there anybody who is Lokamaheshwaram? So he is Ajam, he is Anadim, he is Lokamaheshwaram. That point has to be very clear. And one who understands, oh, this is the Lord. So then he knows more, he wants to know more about the Lord. And then he understands what is his relationship with the Lord and starts living a life. Then he's not bewildered about his existence, about his connection with the Supreme Lord, about what this world around is, why there is death, why there is fear. Everything is not bewildered by anything of that. And then, when he's living such a life, such a pure life, surely sarva papa pramuchyate. Why will have any this thing? Because when he was acting in the service of the Lord, there is nothing called auspiciousness, inauspiciousness. Everything is transcendental because the purpose is very clear. You'll see these things in purport of Prabhupada. Yeah. Okay. Who has read this thing?
Yeah. Here the Lord is described by the word Aja, meaning unborn, but he is distinct from the living entities who are described in the second chapter as Aja. The Lord is different from living entities who are taking birth and dying due to material attachment. The conditioned souls are changing their bodies, but he is not change. He is not changeable. Even
Why?
when
Why? He is not changeable and conditioned souls are changing. Prabhupada is referring to different this thing here. Yeah, Srika Prabhu. The conditioned souls are changing their bodies, but he is not changing. His body is not changeable. Why? Anyone else? Yeah, Deepak Sutar Prabhu.
Lord has a spiritual body.
So what you have?
Like we have this external material body which is
Hmm.
changing.
Which is changing. So Lord has two bodies, one body. What do you mean to say there?
Means probably Lord's like body and he is not difference.
Exactly. That's the point. For him, it is not changeable because there is nothing called material body for him. His spiritual body, that's what it is. For us, there is called material body, which we are struggling with. That's what it is. So that's why it is not changeable for him. For us, it is changeable. So Prabhupada is taking from that point of view that he is Aja and we have a Ja, means we have a birth. Like that means, okay.
Even when he comes to this material world, he comes as the same unborn. Therefore, in the fourth chapter, it is said that the Lord, by his internal potency, it is not under the inferior material energy, but is always in the superior energy.
So even when he comes to this material world, it appears like sometimes he's appearing from Devaki or from in many places from what do you call our Kardama Muni and Devahuti and but still he's not changing. He doesn't have a material body. His body is same. So that is what it is. Okay, that Prabhupada relates to that, and I already spoken about Lokameshwara and the Ganeshwars are all supreme proprietor of everything. So that is clear. Now coming to that this section, this talks about this Lord Asammodo. This lines let's talk about Asammoda. Then what happens when he knows that he is Ajam, he is Anadim, he is Lokameshwaram? Then he is Asammoda Samarteshu Sarvapapa. So that what is covered here. Yes, please continue. So that is.
Anything done under the direction of Krishna is transcendental. It cannot be contaminated by material reactions, which may be auspicious or inauspicious.
Yeah, because materially anything that you do in this world, we know either it will be related to some inauspicious, which says it has papa, or if you do some nice activities, it carries punya. But Krishna conscious activities, it doesn't carry papa or punya, it just adds to your eternal credit. Papa punya adds to your credit if you are if you are dealing in this world without any what you call connection to Krishna. The punya will help you to go to the higher planets, and you exhaust your punya there. Papa, you exhaust in the lower planetary systems or lower births. That's how it is. But when it comes to Krishna, that acts as an eternal credit, acts as a what you call fuel for yourself to return back home, back to God.
The conception that there are things auspicious and inauspicious in the material world is more or less a mental concoction, because there is nothing auspicious in the material world. Everything is inauspicious because very material nature is inauspicious. We simply imagine it to be auspicious.
And I will say, why some people do so much welfare activity and all these things? It is auspicious? Is it not auspicious? So many people do some charity, some annadan, some this, that. So these are inauspicious, we understand. Okay. What is auspicious? What is difficult with so many other auspicious activities? Any light? Somebody want to throw some light on that? Why it is also considered, everything is considered? Yeah, Shantanu.
Because it is temporary
Okay.
and not the ultimate benefit for the soul.
Good. That is the point. So it doesn't take you out, no? That's the point. It gives you the benefit. Later, where do you come? When you exhaust it, again you come back on square one. Again, you have to earn it. And if you're failing to earn it, the other option is papa only. There is no auspicious. After that, there is something called, no, I had neutral. No. Either you earn punya, or you earn papa. That's it. So when it comes to reference from bhakti, from where is the point? It is completely inauspicious only because you are stuck in the material world only now with even that auspicious activities. There it is. But when you get in connection with Krishna, that is different. It takes you out of this material existence. That's why Prabhupada made it very clear. Anything done under the direction of Krishna is transcendental. It is not contaminated by material because that does not generate any auspicious, inauspicious. So Krishna conscious activity always generates the supreme auspicious welfare for the living entities. Okay, please complete it.
We simply imagine to be auspicious. Real auspiciousness depends on activities in Krishna consciousness in full devotion and service. Therefore, if we at all want our activities to be auspicious, then we should work under direction of the Supreme Lord.
This is what I was saying. We should act means Vetti. You know about the Supreme Lord now. Now act accordingly. Act accordingly. That's it. You act accordingly. Okay.
Such directions are given in authoritative scriptures such as Srimad Bhagavatam and it is called
and Bhagavad Gita.
Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, or from bona fide spiritual master, because spiritual master is the representative of Supreme Lord. His direction is directly the direction of Supreme Lord. The spiritual master, saintly persons, and the scriptures direct in the same way.
Yeah, Guru Sadhu Shastra. This is the meaning.
There is no contradiction in these three sources. All actions done under such directions are free from reactions of pious or impious activities of this material world. The transcendental attitude of devotee in performance of activities is actually that of renunciation, and this is called sannyas.
Yeah, because he's acting under the direction of the spiritual master. He's not acting under his own whims. He's acting under the direction of the scriptures. He's acting under the direction of the Supreme Lord. So that's what our actions under the guidance, under the direction of the Guru Parampara system is very, very important. That's how we will be in line in what Krishna wants. Sometimes devotees ask, oh, how will I know what Krishna wants? Hey, whatever Guru has spoken, whatever Prabhupada has spoken, whatever scriptures, it didn't do that. That is what Krishna wants. As simple as that. Now, Krishna goes further, saying that now Krishna is going to tell that how is not only the source of like all of us have heard in previous chapters also, he's the source of everything. There are material objects, there are different things in this world. He's a source of different things in this world which have a gross manifestation which we find. Like different. Everybody has different bodies. There is water, there is hills, there is mountains, there is planetary systems, everything. But Krishna interestingly says here that he's also the source of qualities. Now, all that, he's a source of all the qualities, he says here. You'll find all the qualities coming now. These qualities do not have a gross manifestation. They don't have, there is no gross manifestation of these qualities, but they do exist in a subtle form. They do exist. All of us know that. Nobody will deny that somebody doesn't have mind. Everybody knows. Nobody will deny that somebody doesn't have intelligence. Certain things are seen in the subtle form. Krishna says, even I am the source of these subtle qualities that he's going to speak now. So he will speak about all the qualities now, how he's the source of that, everything. Buddhi gnanam asammoha shama satyam damah shamaha sukham dukkham bhavo bhavo bhayam cha bhayam eva cha ahimsa samata tushtish tapodanam yasho yashasaha bhavanti bhavabhutanam matta evam pratak vidaha. Okay. Yeah. Mandar Prabhu, can you read?
Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, control of the mind, happiness and distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame and infamy. All these various qualities of living beings are created by me alone.
That means he's a source. And this is one of the beautiful verses where Prabhupada is given because sometimes we search for definitions of what this word exactly carries the definition. Prabhupada, this is one of the purports. He does similarly in some of the purport when it comes to this qualities, certain times characteristics. Krishna keeps on mentioning these things in coming verse, in coming chapters also. In 13th chapter also, you will find that so many verses will be described. So Prabhupada gives apt definition, very nice definition. One want to know what is exactly intelligence, what is knowledge, what is all this wonderful definition. This purport is one of the beautiful purports. Prabhupada himself has given beautiful definitions for all this. So we'll try to see that. So they are apt whenever you want to know exactly what is exactly intelligence, what is exactly jnana, what is exactly satyam, what is dhamma. All these words carry a weight, and Prabhupada has given to the point definitions to this. So we'll try to see. Okay, yeah. Please continue.
Intelligence refers to the power to analyze things in their proper perspective, and knowledge refers to understanding what is spirit and what is matter.
See, so we may sometimes get confused about what knowledge means. Intelligence. Sometimes see, it's very clear. Intelligence means the power to analyze things in their proper perspective. So that analysis capacity is intelligence, not that what do you call it? Sometimes people think that somebody has so much of what do you call it, data as a memory data, that is considered intelligence. No. Like sometimes many people have so much data, but they don't know how to analyze with that data. What is the use? That is not intelligence. Somebody is able to, whatever he has mugged up, he is able to vomit it out so nicely anytime you ask. That is no. What is here again? Refers to the power to analyze things in their proper perspective. For that, one has to have surely knowledge, and knowledge refers not to current university knowledge. Knowledge means simple. Jnanam, when scriptures they are taking off, that means he understands what is spirit, what is matter. He knows the difference between them. That means he knows what is Maya, what is Krishna, how am I stuck. And so he knows the relationship, MSC, what is this, matter, what you call spirit, and source of control or of both. That understanding is very clear. And when that understanding is clear, when he hears from the Guru and the deeper understanding, he has his knowledge of the scriptures, he enters from authorities, he hears from the Guru Parampara, from the scriptures, from saintly persons. When that understanding is clear, he gets the intelligence. And he becomes like Hamsa. Hamsa, what does it do? It has the power to, even you give water, milk and water mixed together, by its capacity, it has that capacity to separate water from what you call milk and accept milk. Similarly, one who has intelligence, one who has heard, one who has understood, one who has this thing, he has that intelligence to see what is in a different, because all of us will, after understanding the spiritual subject matter in our lives, we will have to face different circumstances individually. At that moment, how do you see? How do you see what is Maya? What is Krishna? What is my condition? How I'm supposed to act? Sometimes we find many devotees may ask, yes, we might have heard this. So I have heard so many lectures. I have so much this thing. I have all this thing, but still I don't know what to understand. So not necessary one who has so much of spiritual, he might have completed his Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav and everything. Not be intelligent, not be able to understand what is what. That's why at the initial stages we need guidance, no doubt about it. But still, intelligence means you should be able to identify. That power of analysis has to be done. Has to be done. So in this situation, what is Maya? In this situation, what is Krishna? Where I'm supposed to? What is good for me? What is not? It's not so easy. It's not so easy. That is why there's intelligence. And intelligence you'll get more when we take to the subject matter of the scriptures more seriously, surrender, practice it, and all this, and slowly, surely, intelligence will get. And yes, you'll go in the further chapters and when this Chatushloki will come, Krishna says, if you are sincere and all those things, he will supply that intelligence to see what is what also. So that's why. But we do not endeavor only, or we endeavor with just because I have to write in the exams, I have to this thing. Oh, much more than that, you have to apply. Even what of you are learning Bhakti Shastri, one can think that, oh, this class, baapre, complete karna hai, somehow kyunki mujhe Bhakti Shastri certificate. All good. You may get, you may not get, all that. But apart from that, too, in your lives, you need to have that intelligence about what is Krishna, what is Maya, and how in my situations I have to. That is intelligence. Not that one intelligence or another intelligence, okay, how to get my, people, you think that intelligent with how to shift my job from one job to so that I can earn money more and all those things. But situations, when it comes to real life situations, what you will do with that? That you will do with that. But there are people who are hardly earning anything, but still, because of how much sadhus are earning, you tell me? Because they can utilize, they can see what is worth living for. Of course, irrespective of, I'm just talking about this thing. But yes, the power of intelligence is very much required. So intelligence means the power to analyze things in their proper perspective, not that having some data. Okay. You see, ordinary knowledge obtained by a university education pertains only to matter, and it is not accepted here as knowledge. See, that's not accepted. Knowledge means knowing the distinction between spirit and matter. In modern education, there is no knowledge about spirit. They are simply taking care of material elements and bodily needs. Therefore, academic knowledge is not complete. Not complete. So, spiritual knowledge is very much important. Now, okay, next.
Asammoha, freedom from doubt and delusion, can be achieved when one is not hesitant and when he understands the transcendental philosophy.
Yeah.
Slowly,
so one has to understand that, one has to pay attention to understand the philosophy properly. Sometimes after hearing so much, first we have doubt on Krishna only. There is a question of dealing with other things. Okay.
slowly but surely, he becomes free from bewilderment. Nothing should be accepted blindly. Everything should be accepted with care and with caution.
Yeah, nobody is telling spiritually also you don't accept anything just blindly. It is, but yes, but there is a way to understand things. There is a way to approach. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena seva upadekshanti jnanam jnaninas tattva darshanam. Go to the person who can help you in understanding the subject matter about Krishna. Okay.
Kshama, tolerance and forgiveness should be practiced. One should be tolerant and excuse the minor offenses of others.
Yeah. Sometimes we are caught up with the small. He did this to me, he did that. How long? At the end of the life, he will also leave. We will also leave this body. So things will end with that. So at least one should be willing to forgive. Sometimes people go apart just because of small thing. Because he said to him like that, he told him like that, he did this like that. You think about it, and that keeps on disturbing, becomes an obstacle in one's practice of Krishna consciousness. But if you have the power of forgiveness, one thing is tolerant, another thing is more than tolerance is to forgive. Sometimes people are, I have tolerated, but have you forgiven? That becomes more challenging. Sometimes tolerance, and sometimes some of the things tolerance is also, I'm tolerating him, I'm continuing to, and I will tolerate him. But are you ready to forgive? So you can tolerate at the same time, but at the same time, grim and grim at the same time. But forgiveness is much more this thing. Okay, next.
Satyam, truthfulness, means that facts should be presented as they are for the benefit of others.
Yeah, Satyam true as PM true as. Yeah, so surely Satyam has to be spoken, and he has to be straightforward in speaking the truth. And of course, one's maturity lies in according to time, place, circumstances. The overall truth should not be twisted and turned. But at the same time, in the preaching, sometimes we may evolve people with little understanding and all those things. But ultimate purposes has to be very clear. One should not to keep him very far from the truth. Somebody says that what do you call Devi is the supreme. That's what I heard, and this thing I said, Devi is supreme, just because. No, certain things has to be made it very clear. So maturity lies, and even in preaching, we can do disaster by not taking time and place and circumstances into consideration. And at the same time, we can grow people in very maturely. From different people are coming from different backgrounds. So what it takes for him at this level to give him Krishna consciousness? How can be he pulled down above? Slowly it has to be done. But one should not keep him away from the truth that has to be there. So that is most important. Next. Okay.
Control of the senses means that the senses should not be used for unnecessarily personal enjoyment.
Yeah, this is Dhamma. So control of the senses is Dhamma. Control of the mind is Shama. Okay, please complete it.
There is no prohibition against meeting the proper needs of the senses, but unnecessary sense enjoyment is detrimental for spiritual advancement.
Yeah, all of us know too much. You see, honoring prasad is nothing wrong. So if you go too much, and then obviously it will make one's belly heavy. That energy of Krishna, which was meant to serve Krishna, it will go for sleep in a snooze mode. So just a simple example I'm giving. It can be much more in any other senses one is trying to. So as we have material body, there are needs, and the apt need of the senses has to be fulfilled. We have to eat, we have to sleep, we have to do things, no doubt about it. But what is apt necessary so that you keep fit overall for Krishna's service? That is important. Senses has to be, they will come in their contact with the sense objects. But one should understand what is the purpose of that I'm doing. That has to be clear. So that's why this word is coming. One has to restrain unnecessary use of the senses. Okay.
Therefore, the senses should be restrained from unnecessary use. Similarly, one should refrain the mind from unnecessary thoughts. That is called Shama.
Yeah. Okay. Proper. So you all can go through in detail. I'm just highlighting certain portions. Yeah.
Sukham, pleasure or happiness should always be in that which is favorable for the cultivation of spiritual knowledge of Krishna consciousness. And similarly, that which is painful or which causes distress is that which is unfavorable for the cultivation of Krishna consciousness. Anything favorable for the development of Krishna consciousness should be accepted, and anything unfavorable should be rejected.
Yeah, recently when I was in Ayodhya, I saw that the old devotees, around 60, 70, some of the devotees, also cold degrees of 5, 6 degrees and all those things. I was saying, Prabhu, so much inconvenience and all that. He said, no, for the pleasure of Krishna, this is all right. Old people, 70, 80, they were taking bath along with all of us in that cold winter. Sometimes hot water available, sometimes not available, washing their clothes. I think I saw that for them, they could see that is favorable for my Krishna consciousness. For the devotees were going all around for book distribution and everything. But yes, we should also try from our side to give as much as better facilities for the devotees so their needs are taken care, no doubt about it. But certain places one has to face some austerities, no problem. But one thinks about the pleasure that is favorable for one's Krishna consciousness or for the pleasure of the Lord. And yes, whatever is unfavorable for Krishna consciousness, one should be ready to deal with it accordingly, reject with it, or keep away from it, so that unnecessary we don't get complicate our lives with that. Okay.
Bhava, birth should be understood to refer to the body.
This is clear. All of us know that. Okay. And sorry, I missed one too. I think there is one bhaya also. Yeah. I did not highlight. Yeah, there is bhaya. All of us know. Can you read this?
In the Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.37, it is stated, Bhayam
Bhayam
vidya
vidya vinivisheta syat.
syat. Fear is caused by our absorption in the illusory energy.
Yeah, continue.
But those who are free from the illusory energy, those who are confident that they are not the material body, that they are spiritual parts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and who are therefore engaged in the transcendental service of Supreme Godhead, have nothing to fear.
Mhm. And one of the reasons of fear is worry about the future. So much worry about the future. What will happen to, uh, you see here, that's the person. The future is very bright. In that sense, one was fearless. The fear is a condition of person who was not in Krishna consciousness. Yeah, if you don't have knowledge about Maya, about knowledge about the Supreme Lord, obviously every situation will become anxiety stricken for you. Mm. Uh, yes, next, Abhayam.
Abhayam, fearlessness, is possible only for one in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, sure. When you are in knowledge, at the same time living by that knowledge, then surely one will be fearless. We find that even devotees facing so many difficulties. Same material situations, if I was facing without Krishna consciousness, uh, I would have been practically fear stricken because of Krishna consciousness, because of that knowledge we understand. However I try, so all this thing has an end, and it is temporary. That one will understand. Yeah.
Ahimsa, non-violence, means that one should not do anything which will put others into misery or confusion.
Yeah, one should not cause unnecessary inconveniences. Prabhupada writes in 13th chapter also this non-violence is it also comes there. True non-violence means giving Krishna consciousness to others. Himsa means to not give Krishna consciousness to others. He takes in that stand. Yeah. So the human body is meant for spiritual realization. So any movement or any commissions which do not further that end commits violence to the human body. You see, that's what it is in that sense. And here also, ahimsa means means that people should be trained in such a way that the full utilization of human body can be achieved. So one has to preach in order to help people understand that. Okay. Yeah, Samata.
Samata, equanimity, refers to freedom from attachment and aversion. To be very much attached or to be very much detached is not the best. This material world should be accepted without attachment or aversion. That which is favorable for prosecuting Krishna consciousness should be accepted. That which is unfavorable should be rejected.
Yeah,
That is called samta.
this is from Samatha
Right.
point of view. Because too much attachment can lead one to go deviate from the path of dharma also. Like too much attachment of Dhritarashtra towards his son led him what? Led him to take decisions which are adharmic. So that's how too much attachment can lead to, and too much of what you call aversion can unnecessarily become a wrath on somebody else. More than what is required. One may punish more than what is required or unnecessary disturbance. So in either of these situations, one cannot be Krishna conscious. Too much attachment and too much aversion. Mm. Mm. That's why. Okay. Next, Tushti.
Tushti, satisfaction, means that one should not be eager to gather more and more material goods by unnecessary activity. One should be satisfied with whatever is obtained by the grace of the Supreme Lord. That is called satisfaction.
Yeah, all of us know. Satisfaction is one has to know what is the shoe of one's satisfaction. Simple. One of the ways is simple. Uh, what is that keeps your Krishna consciousness going? If your Krishna consciousness is at stake, then what kind of satisfaction is that? That is the point. Okay.
Tapas means austerity or penance. There are many rules and regulations in the Vedas which apply here, like rising early in the morning and taking a bath. Sometimes it is very troublesome to rise early in the morning, but whatever voluntary trouble one may suffer in this way is called penance. Similarly, there are prescriptions for fasting on certain days of the month. One may not be inclined to practice such fasting, but because of his determination to make advancement in the science of Krishna consciousness, he should accept such bodily troubles when they are recommended. However, one should not fast unnecessarily or against Vedic injunctions. One should not fast for some political purpose.
Yeah, so Prabhupada is making clear. So for us, what do you call fastings, as I in the past also I have spoken, that whatever is told to us, we fast on our Acharya's days, appearance, disappearance, the festivals and special occasions. That much is sufficient when it comes to. Okay? And yes, we take what do you call austerities in the service of Guru and Krishna, according to our capacity. That is there. So that is all good. So, like I said, these devotees took that austerity to coming at that age to Ayodhya, going every day in the cold, doing the tapasya, and recently, what do you call there was rain also. Single layer tent, everything was into water. Nobody expected a rain. Whole water came. Night sleeping issues. So many. Ready to take that austerity. Ready to take that austerity. It was not planned. It just happened. Usually it doesn't rain, but it rained. What can be done? Inconveniences, but yeah, the devotees are trying their best to meet the needs of what to be done. But still, sometimes austerities are uninvited. And but sometimes we know this is an austerity and it's good for mind. And what is the purpose? Like fasting on Ekadashi is known. And already there is so much of concession. Ideally, fasting on Ekadashi, all of us know. It's actually needs it. But because the mercy of Acharyas, knowing our situation in Kali Yuga, they are already given so much concession that has come. Sorry, I'm just taking a little more time because I want to cover this chapter or just cover these verses. Yeah.
As far as charity is concerned, one should give 50% of his earnings to some good cause.
Say
And what
50%. Far from our even thoughts, Prabhus. Sometimes bhul jao. It's a good line. But yes, that's what our acharyas did and showed with their life. It is said that one should give till once at least it pinches. Now, Prabhu, if I give 1 rupee also it pinches, means what kind of this thing is? I don't know. But yes, but at least one should try to give proportionately of what one's earning is, so that one can try it and it is used for the right cause. Yeah. Otherwise, what is one's understanding about charity, or what is the understanding then? So what is that one want to do? That's why even in Bhagavatam, praner arthya diya vacha. If you can give a life, that is good. Second immediate lifeline is what? Artha, money. So there is a saying, chamdi chale jaye lekin damdi na jaye. They say, let my skin go away. I don't mind. I will work so much. Don't ask me. Paisa. So that's why Prabhupada says that, what do you call it? Actually, that is the mentality in that is, I want to enjoy. This is my earning. I want to enjoy. मैं इसका enjoy क्योंकि मैं but then what you heard, Krishna is the enjoyer, right? And Prabhupada has been representative. You know? When we don't, that's why that knowledge, what as I said, Vetti knows Krishna is Loka Maheshwaram. That comes at the right point. That intelligence comes at the right point, makes you to analyze, gives you the right perspective. Why I'm supposed to give charity? That's how the link is. At that time, that intelligence doesn't work only. Although so much, oh, Roop Sanatan gave 50%. Very good, Roop. Very good, Sanatan. Very good, Prabhupada, you gave Prabhupada, and all that things come. Very good, Ambarish Prabhu gives his very good. But what about you? So many. That's why I told in the last class, principle of charity has to be there. Let it pinch a little bit. And then, because that is the reason where I understand there should be some sacrifice of your earnings. That is the meaning. One's earning should not be for one's own selfish needs. That is the meaning. Krishna in 12th chapter, he will come again and there he will speak. And he will speak different steps. If you cannot do this, you do this, you do this, you do. And fourth one is charity. Kuch nahi kar sake to charity to karo. मेरे लिए नहीं किया तो भी कुछ तो कहीं तो किसी को तो दो. At least have that mentality of sacrifice from what you want to enjoy. That is the meaning Krishna gives. And where does he keep charity? Here. कुछ नहीं कर सके तो charity तो करो. Don't think only of one's own enjoyment or the program of enjoyment. That is the reason it is very much important for one to have this principle of charity. And at least Prabhupada is saying 50%, would have fine, at least proportionately according to one's karma. So that's how it is very important. And for the right cause. For the right cause. Okay, completed.
And what is a good cause? It is that which is conducted in terms of Krishna consciousness. That is not only a good cause, but the best cause. Because Krishna is good, his cause is also good.
Yeah. See, nobody is telling you to do charity. There are different charities also. Charity, mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. Do the best charity. Who's telling to give what you call knowledge, charity without knowledge? Give charity in knowledge for the right purpose. There is yes, our devotees do. Yeah, we have Nitya Seva in temple. Our devotees are doing, but understand why. What you call when we have, you have to do. Like somebody is a crorepati and gives 100 rupees. Oh, do you think it will pain to him? Nothing. The devotees have been giving for Prabhupada's what you call temple of Vedic planetarium also. They have given. It's a sacrifice apart from that. So our devotees do. I'm not saying no. There's not meaning, but understand the gist around it. So Prabhupada's devotees sacrifice their life, sacrifice their everything in the service of Prabhupada. Like His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami. Whatever earning is, he used to bring in front of Prabhupada. You decide what to do. Such a surrender. Yeah. Okay. Prabhupada now gives very nice definition of yasha. Okay. Fame.
Yasha, fame, should be according to Lord Chaitanya, who said that a man is famous when he is known as a great devotee. That is real fame.
Oh. The fame, let's not see fame in terms of people all around. How many are praising us? How many are doing? Fame is whether what you call fame will be seen from Krishna, whether we become devotee of Krishna. That is most important. Our fame should not be seen to the reference to the material world with others. Of course, we are devotees don't serve for fame, but Prabhupada is saying that famous because when he becomes a devotee, if one has become a great devotee, great man in Krishna consciousness, and it is known, then it's truly famous. One who does not have such fame is infamous. That means becoming devotee itself is we are carrying fame of that I am the servant of that Lord. That ego we can have. Nothing wrong in that. Other egos should not be there. But this ego is a fame. This is our fame. I am a loyal dog unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and unto the Lord. So Guru Parampara and lordships. That is the greatest wealth and it will remain even after we leave. Other fames will come in this world, go in this world, may carry or may not carry. But this fame as a devotee, Hanuman's name is famous for what? He is the devotee of Lord Ram. So that is glorious. Okay. So all these qualities are manifest throughout the universe in human society and as a society of the demigods. There are many forms of humanity on other planets and all these qualities are there. So like this. Now for one who wants to advance in Krishna consciousness, Krishna creates all these qualities, but the person develops them himself from within. So good qualities one has to develop. And one who engages in devotional service of the Supreme Lord develops all good qualities as arranged by the Lord. Of whatever we find good or bad, the origin is Krishna. Nothing can manifest itself in the material world which is not in Krishna. That is knowledge. Although we know what things are different, we know that things are differently situated, one should realize that everything flows from Krishna. So this verse talked about the subtle, the qualities that are within also is the source of everything. So in this theme of Krishna as a source of everything, two more verses are there. So that we'll try to cover up tomorrow and then continue further. So we shall stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna. Sorry, I went 10 minutes late today. 15 minutes, I think. 10 minutes. Okay. So those who have to leave, please can continue, Prabhus. And those who have any queries, please let me know. Asim Prabha. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I have two questions, one from the beginning of the class and one from the end. First, I will ask from the end of the class.
Okay.
Like Prabhuji, we say that Krishna is all good and everything is all good. And how anything bad can be in him? Means when I hear this, that even the bad things is in Krishna, or even the bad things comes from the Krishna. I'm not able to understand that.
Yeah. So you said the question is like this. Krishna, source of all good and bad qualities, come from him. Good is good, that makes sense. But what about bad, right? So my question, from Krishna, both these qualities are coming, right? Some of them are having this, or many of them are good qualities in this, but some of them, like fear is there, or himsa is there. Even this is coming from Krishna. So, good question. So, first one should understand these bad qualities are not there in Krishna. Only when these qualities are turned away from Krishna, they become bad. And in Krishna, in their true sense, they are never bad. Tell me, karma is there in Krishna or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
Is it good or bad?
For Krishna, it is good.
For Krishna is good. How?
He's a supreme enjoyer.
So
He can decide to enjoy.
He can have karma, and Jiva should not have karma. For Supreme Lord, that karma is, he has relationship with the gopis. That karma, although many times in Bhagavatam also for that word karma is used, that is prema. In its right understanding, in its true understanding, right? Similarly, Krishna has, what you call, lobha, greed, or no?
Yes.
Is it good or is it bad? Good or bad? He has so much lobha for what? For butter. His lobha is glorified. His kama is glorified. Krishna has anger?
Yes.
He has anger?
Yes.
As Narsimha, he has so much glorified. You see, these are all looking like bad qualities, but when it is in true connection with the Supreme Lord, they are glorified. You are able to understand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So now coming to Jiva. Now when we see these qualities away from Krishna, so in Krishna, these qualities does not have a negative effect altogether. And anybody is connected towards Krishna also, in relation to Krishna also. Your karma will be what? Prema for the Lord. Your lobha, to hear more about Krishna, to serve more Krishna. Is there anything wrong? To earn more about Krishna, is there anything?
No. Yes, Prabhuji.
Your anger in the service of the Lord is good. But when it comes problem, then my karma is not, I am vimukha. That's why we say, when vimukha, when we are away from Krishna, we want to have separate enjoyment, not in line with Krishna. Is that, why does Krishna say, kamo viruddha bhuteshu? He says or not in Bhagavad Gita? Kamosmi Bhartarshabha. He says, I am Kama. Is Krishna denying? So these are coming from Krishna only, right? But what he is denying for living entity also? No. I am only that Kama, provided so and so condition is there. Then you have trouble. Is it not? Anger, utilized in the service of the Lord. Hanuman used his anger. Is it glorious? But one is using anger not in relationship in the service of the Lord, disproportionate anger for other living entity. It will cause wrath. Tell me one thing. So when we are towards Krishna, or that qualities which are there in Krishna, they are always pure. But when we do vimukha, away from Krishna, then they are bad. See, and the source is in Krishna only. Sun. Who is the source of the light and who is the source of darkness?
So seasons and Krishna.
Source of sun and
light
light, sun and darkness. Light and darkness is who? Sun itself, right?
sun. Yes.
One is turning towards Krishna, toward the sun. He's always bright. And shadow is also created. But when does he see the shadow? When he turns back. When he becomes vimukha. Is it clear?
Okay. Gotcha.
That's why. So that's why many of the other religions from other faith have this tough question. God is good. How come evil has come in this? That is your question. How come evil has come that? Then for them, they have tough time to answer that. They say that, no, evil is totally separate, but he has fight with Lord. No. Getting?
Actually, in the sense, what I understood, in absolute plane, everything is good, but because we are in the relative world, like Atmendriya Pritivansha Dharya, Atmendriya Pritivansha Tarya Bulikam, Krishnendriya Pritivansha Dharya Pranam. So when the same lust, when we are applying for ourselves, it is bad. If we apply it for Krishna, then it is good. So in absolute plane, for Krishna, everything is good, and we are in relative world. So when we are applying it for Krishna, then everything becomes good. Otherwise, everything is bad.
You are in relative world means you are under Maya, right? You start using under Maya, then Maya will give you that facilities for enjoyment and give you kicks because she has to do the needful, right? But if you is used in service of Krishna, even in this material world, you become glorious. Is it not?
Yes.
Because how can anything exist that which is not there in the Lord?
Yes.
Is it clear? So
Yes.
that's why, what you call, similar, that's why Krishna is a source of both good and bad. But everything is like, but Krishna is not affected by that bad. Everything becomes glorious in Vrindavan, you find that. Whether lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, everything. Gopis are having envy with each other in Krishna's. That's why in Krishna Leela, when we see the Krishna Leela, but all these qualities we find in Krishna and in Vrindavan we find that is always glorified. Lust is glorified. Anger is glorified. Greed is glorified. Even envy is glorified. One gopi, the group between Chandravali and Radharani there. But ultimately, what is there? The pleasure pleasure is to be. That envy is not like envy in this world. That one is so much, what you call, having so much, what you call, jealousy, or one is burning in his heart because it is his happiness or he's getting more enjoyment. No. There, the envy of the gopis is that who can give. After that, they want that other party only gets more mercy. That is the mood. You getting the point? And that is what we want to bring among even devotees. You understand that what it is like. Getting? It's clear?
Yes, Vijay, it's the most beautiful answer.
No, that's what I have heard from the devotees.
Yes, my understanding got very completed by this answer today.
Yeah. Okay.
Another question I had, Prabhuji, from beginning of the class, like when we were talking about the intelligence and knowledge. So knowledge means understanding the spirit and matter, and intelligence means analyzing the thing. So can we say that everyone is intelligent? Everyone has intelligence. He has power to analyze. Oh, but one has to become knowledgeable by.
You tell me, what will one analyze based upon?
Based on the knowledge only we will be able to.
Now, if your knowledge itself is wrong, now if somebody is of matter, how will he analyze something spiritual subject matter? How will he think this is Maya? For him, it doesn't matter only this is Maya or not. Why? Because his knowledge is nowhere. He may analyze only on material things. He may analyze, you see, intelligence he may utilize in matter to create better facilities, do this thing. But is that we are talking about as knowledge, first of all? The premise itself is knowledge is this thing. Yeah, because intelligence surely utilized in material world. Nobody is saying because of intelligence only, na? So many computers, so many gadgets, so many technologies, so much, everything is coming up. Nobody is saying no. They have analyzing matter only, na, at the end of the day. But is that complete knowledge? Prabhupada is saying very clearly, knowledge means first understand these two.
Yes, sir.
And then understand how you are trapped in this. That's why I said analyzing intelligence means what is Prabhupada writing? Analyzing with a proper perspective. Because your analysis of your intelligence is given for what? For creating new and new varieties of things in this material world, or to get out of this material world as a human body.
Get to
Think
know.
about it. Yeah. So intelligence, for that you have to have the knowledge. So knowledge will come from where? From scriptures. If you study so much of your material knowledge, will you ever get any perspective with respect to spiritual understanding? So even let us say somebody has so much scriptural knowledge, but he does not utilize his intelligence to see it from proper perspective. Will it help that also? That's why I gave the example of foreign. They have so much knowledge, even our acharyas, so much, they will say Krishna, they will say everything. They have so much data in terms of, but their intelligence doesn't. Because if they have analyzed it and they are understanding and seeing it from, they will become first devotees and first class devotees. But a devotee, whatever knowledge he has, he is able to analyze within his capacity and seeing Krishna's hand. That's how he's. So that Krishna is said, even if somebody is less but sincere, that is going to come in Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, which is going to come. Tadami buddhi yogam tam. I give that buddhi. Getting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, anybody else? Okay, Shantara Prabhu. Yeah, yes, we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Right.
Thank you.